There are a lot of trading YouTubers out there that are saying the 1 minute is the worst and that you should stay away from it at all costs. And don't get me wrong, for some people this might be true and you are better off not trading the 1 minute. But for some people, especially if you are a little bit more advanced and a little bit more experienced, you can get a lot more from the 1 minute than you would from a 50 minute or from a 1 hour time frame. So today I will take you with me on my journey that basically transformed me from a 50-minute 1 hour trader to a 1 minute trader in 2024. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So today we will be talking all about the 1 minute time frame and why I think it is one of the most important things that you can learn in trading, and one of the most important things you will change this year on your strategy if you're following this video correctly. So what is it exactly that I do? What is the strategy exactly that I do? It is very, very simple, and this video is not about the strategy, it is purely about the 1 minute time frame. I will make a separate video about the strategy, but very, very short and briefly in theory, I go on a higher time frame analysis. So I start on the daily, I go to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15, and this is basically for my higher time frame analysis. Then once we have done that, I have my point of interest area for the day. So basically I have my 1 hour time frame point of interest area. This can be a fair value gap, an order block, a point of liquidity, whatever. And I have my target. Both of these are created on a 1 hour time frame or on a 4 hour on a higher time frame point of interest. So if we go into practice, let me show you. So let's do it on Euro, for example, right now. So on the daily, we have buy side liquidity right here. We have a 4 hour fair value gap that we're trading in right now. We have this 4 hour OB. I can mark this one out. As you can see, price dumped into it, reacted from it very, very briefly. Then we have a 1 hour fair value gap. This is the one that price did react to very, very nicely. 1 hour fair value gap. And basically this is all we need already to go to that 1 minute. So a lot of mistakes that people make when they go to the 1 minute is they go to the 1 minute on a place that doesn't make sense at all. They go to the 1 minute in the wrong time zone, or they go to the 1 minute and they stay on the 1 minute without even knowing what they are doing there. So it is very important to know what you're doing on the 1 minute and why you are at that moment in time. So for me, for example, today I took a trade, I took a long position, and I took a long position from here. So this was my trade, my stops were underneath this low, and my target was above these highs right here. Eventually I was looking out for taking a trade all the way up to these highs, but as you can see, CPI came in today, so I had to close my trade early, right before the event. But of course these things happen as well. But why did I take this trade and what did I base it on? So basically, if we go to the higher time frame, I saw price coming down right here, and this was a level that I also marked out yesterday and that I took a trade from up to that point. So basically I'm playing ping pong. I'm playing ping pong every single day, and I'm trading zone to zone, and I'm taking my entries on at 1 minute. So this was a previous high, and my trade yesterday was from the zone right here. So as we have the zone right here, we came from NFP creating these highs, coming down, was basically laying in this aftermath right here, and we had broken previous low right here on this move. So if we go there and we zoom in on the 1 minute, you can exactly see why I had taken this trade and where my targets were. So one of my rules on the 1 minute is that I have to see liquidity being taken out between 8 and 11 AM, and this is UTC +1. So this is basically during Frankfurt or during the London open session. And as you can see right here, price did take out liquidity from these highs, and then price took out liquidity from this whole zone right here. So once this happened, I was waiting for a market structure shift to the downside. Now, as you can see right here, it didn't happen all the way up till here. Right here, we had a market structure shift, and then we had a market structure shift even on the 50-minute time frame, breaking all of these lows right here. Now, this was a perfect opportunity for me. I saw this happening. I was like, okay, where do we enter from? Most probably price is going to pull back into this consolidation zone right here. So this is a very good entry for me. Then the entry would be at this consolidation zone, stops above the highs, and we are targeting the previous high that we marked out right here. And this was a trade from yesterday. Very, very clean and easy trade, and basically it has formed to this trade that I was purely because I know the narrative and I knew the story that price was going to tell me. Now, the same happened today basically, and I'm sure it would have been a perfect trade if news didn't come in at this time, which caused me to get out early, of course. But again, price failed to make a new high right here, but we are very, very strongly bullish, very aggressively going upwards. So I thought, okay, we might see reversal coming in, and after all, still take out these highs. So what do? I go down to the 1 minute. I see price come down right here. It takes out sell side from here and even from these lows right here. It makes equal lows right here, but it definitely takes out this sell side that we have accumulated right here. Then what do I need to do? I need to wait for the market structure shift. We have the market structure shift right here, and this is where I enter. I enter on this high, stops underneath the low, and I target this, basically the first buy side liquidity that we see, good for a 1/2 position. I want to interrupt the video real quick, guys, to tell you that I have some open spots for my one-on-one mentorship. And this is not a course, this is not something that everyone offers. It is one-on-one with me, 45 minutes a week. You can ask me all your questions, I give you homework, I follow up on your trades, and I help you become the best trader and the best version of yourself in the next 6 months. I do have a get funded guarantee, and this means if you do the homework, if you show up to all the lessons, if you show up to all the mentorship one-on-one calls, then I'll make sure you get funded in 6 months, also get a payout. And if this is not the case, I'll keep teaching you for free. So if you're interested in this, check the first link in the description. You can get a call with one of my client managers, and he will see if you and I are a good fit. If we are, then I will see you real soon in the next Zoom call. Okay, so I have touched on the strategy basically very briefly, but I know this could still be a little bit confusing for you guys. So let me go over it once again and show you some more examples. So we start on the higher time frame. That is the red line in here, guys. If you don't do this, you don't have a narrative and you don't have a story. Because we start on the higher time frame, we know, okay, we have this buy side up here, and we still have a little bit of a reverting gap left up here on the daily. So I would say it is most likely for euro to still go bullish up to this point. If we are right here at this point, this would, in my opinion, be the perfect place to sell, because there is nothing left that can stop you. Overall, weekly wise, I'm definitely bearish on euro, but daily wise, it looks very good bullish wise. Then if we go to the 4 hour, what is that could basically be as a magnet to turn us bearish? This is 1 hour reverting gap right here and this 4 hour order block right here. Now this 1 hour reverting gap has been touched, this 4 hour order block hasn't been touched, but of course we don't know which one is going to react to. We don't know which POI is going to hold stand or which one is going to give aggression the other way around. So the only thing that you can do is mark both of them out and basically see what price is going to do once we are at these areas. So then we go to the 1 hour and we see, okay, price comes down right here. I didn't trade this move as this was a CPI move, and I traded into this 1 hour fair value gap right here. Then on the 15 minutes, basically the 15 minutes is just for overall market structure, just seeing what price is doing, just seeing which moves it is respecting and which orders it is respecting. Now here, for example, we have this accumulation zone right here, this consolidation zone. And as you can see, price respected this perfectly during this CPI move. So we created this high right here and then this downwards move. Then I traded this upwards move right here. And as you can see, we took out this liquidity and made this massive move downwards, down until this 1 hour fair value gap. So it is always very beautiful to see that price action and news go hand in hand. News will always trade to a very good price action level, and price action will always basically prepare itself for this news event to happen in. This is basically because we have this forecast and our forex calendar. So let me take it with us. So as you can see, this is a news calendar and you have a forecast right here. Now this forecast is already known weeks prior, and this is basically what experts think the actual result of the news event will be. So for example, right here, the 0.3%, the market will price this in already leading up to this news event. Now, let's say if it is 0.3%, we won't see a big move per se, because this has already been priced in. Maybe price will do a liquidity grab and react to it a little bit, but it won't be a very big move. Now, let's say if this is 0.2% or 0.1%, it means that whatever the market priced in wasn't correct and it needs to be corrected. And that's why you will see a big spike, also like we did today. So right here, as you can see, core CPI came in at 0.4%. So it was not what the expert expected. It was higher than the expert expected. And as you can see, also CPI year on year came in higher, and this resulted into CPI making this massive move. And basically, if we go to the 1 minute, this candle right here was moving mad downwards, right until this 1 hour fair value gap immediately, basically. And still, if you can read news and if you understand news, I wouldn't advise you to trade news, because Fun story, I held my trade open during a news event. It was during NFP, and it was on a challenge account, a 100k account, and I thought I could get away with it. Even though this never happens. Yeah, I've never gotten away with it. But I held it open. I had a 2% risk on a trade, and I had my stop loss in place. I had my take profit in place, everything like that. So it was all sorted, but price came shy of my take profit 1 pip or 0.5 pips, like insane. I couldn't make this up. And then it reversed. I was like, okay, it reversed. Now what happens? The founder trader is switching brokers with this DX trades nonsense and everything like that. So it's using Voyage Markets, and Voyage Markets, for some reason, it is untradeable during news events. You can't even get into your account. Very, very frustrating. I've made a ticket about this and nobody answered my ticket yet. But anyway, you can't get into your account, and basically I don't think they do anything with your orders as well. So basically, if you have a stop loss order in, they won't acknowledge it. So price will just keep going and going and going and going. End result, my daily stop loss limit was breached on the Funnel Trader account. So I would never advise you to trade news. On live accounts, you can't even trade news because stop loss orders and take profit orders will not get acknowledged during the 4 minutes of the news event. So 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after, or at least with the Funnel Trader. And on challenge accounts, you can, but then something like that can happen where you get basically no access to your broker, or you get spread out massively. So it's just not worth the risk. Just take clean trades like this where you are far, far away from news events. Now, if you are planning to enter a trade, let's say for example you want to enter a trade right here, you see price comes into this 1 hour fair value gap. What are you waiting for? What do you want to see before you enter the trade? So right here, you want to see a market structure shift. And the problem I see is that a lot of people will see this one as a market structure shift. For example, this is not a market structure shift, guys, because this is not the previous price leg that is dictating the market structure, if that makes sense. The previous price leg that is dictating the market structure is this price leg right here. So you have to find the high if you are going in a bullish trend to be broken in order to have that market structure shift. So right here, the first high that we have is this high right here. So as soon as this high gets broken, you can look for long positions. And in this case right here, taking a long position from here wouldn't be the best thing, wouldn't be the smartest thing, I would say, as your stop loss will be quite big, as you can see. Now, what would be a better position to take a trade from? Most probably something like this, or even deeper like this, but I would always advise you to put your stop loss underneath these lows. Why? This is the low that caused this high to be broken. These lows right here make no sense, hold no value. They are weak lows. So what makes a low weak, what makes a low strong? A strong low is a low that can break a previous high. A weak low is a low that can't do that. So right here, these lows, even though they break the previous highs in their current price leg, it is not the deepest point that caused this high to be broken. The same right here, this low is the deepest point that caused this high to be broken right here. So if you would take a trade in this area, always put your stop loss underneath this low. So then this would be your trade, something like this. Yeah, what would you target? If you believe price is going up, you can target these highs right here. If you believe this one is going to be targeted, then you can target these ones right here. But of course, this trade would take 2 to 3 days. And what made me switch from the 50-minute to the 5 and then eventually to the 1 minute is basically that I realized every move is predictable by using the 1 minute. Because every move starts on the 1 minute. If you have a 50-minute market structure shift, there has already been a 1 minute market structure shift. If you have a 1 hour market structure shift, there has already been a 1 minute market structure shift. Always, the 1 minute market structure shift always happens first. Now, if you have this 1 minute market structure shift in the right area at the right time, if there is liquidity being taken out and basically there is nothing else in your way, then why not enter on that 1 minute instead of waiting for that 50-minute confirmation and basically taking your trades to 1 to 2 days to reach take profit. I used to trade like this, like the 1 minute, but now it is just so much more refined. And up till now, 2024 has had one of the most beneficial months for me. It has been going really well, and I'm also planning to share this more often with you guys. I'm busy creating some new groups and some new fun things where you guys can participate in, where I can share my live trading with you, give you the setups that I'm seeing, or basically do the live streams with you in the morning so that we can basically just trade live together. Because I want to share what I see with you guys so that you can learn from this the most beneficial way, of course. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to learn something from it. I hope I got my point across, as this was a very spontaneous video. But yeah, just for the subscribers out there, it has been quite difficult for me to put out regular content. I just have been focusing on trading very much lately. Also, I was not feeling very well mentally. I was not focused enough, but I'm getting back there. I'm getting back there and upping my content game. I'm upping my trading game, and the trading game has been going quite good in the last few months. So I'm very happy with that, and now it is time for me to focus on the content game and get you guys profitable and freaking funded this year. Once again, if you want more access of me, if you want to talk with me on a daily basis, you will literally have my phone number. Check out the first link in the description where you have access to me, where we can talk, I can coach you, and hopefully we will get you profitable in the next 6 months, at least in 2024. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.